Here we go, and here we go. So let's take a look at these things properly on our own. European destroyers, super test, work in progress, and all that jazz. So, researchable European Tier 1 cruiser, Tier 2 to 10 destroyers, as well as European Special Destroyer Smaland, or Smaland, whatever you pronounce it, will be added to the game in the upcoming super test session. Polish, Austro-Hungarian, and Swedish ships are among them. Currently, the concept of European destroyers brings the following features. Very fast torpedoes with relatively low damage and long range. I would love to see some figures, actually. Artillery is similar to that of American destroyers. Quite effective in close combat, but weaker than of artillery-focused destroyers. So why are we not having the goddamn smoke screens? What's the purpose of that? The speed of the new destroyers is relatively low, 35 knots at tier 7 to 10. It can be increased by an engine boost consumable found in a dedicated slot, giving it standard bonus of 8%. Starting from tier 7, the AA defense of European destroyers has a large area of effect and deals good damage. Presence of repair party at tiers 5 to 8 is the same of British destroyers, and at tiers 9 and 10 this consumable will be active for 4 seconds longer, so they get a heal. No smoke, but they get a heal. Starting from tier 8, ships are equipped with surveillance radar. Huh? Starting from tier 8, ships are equipped with surveillance radar in a dedicated slot. It has an action time of 15 seconds and a range of 7.5. So they're gonna be radar DDs. Lack of smoke generator and relatively high detection range. When fighting with other destroyer for key areas, it's better to rely on surveillance radar and torpedoes. Huh. So the way that this sounds to me, without looking at the stats of other DDs, the way that, like, how this looks to me is they taken, okay, we're gonna make another long-range torpedo boat, but we're not gonna give it smoke. We're gonna give him decent guns, but he can use them only on close range, not on long range. So it's not going to be a gunboat. It's going to be a torp boat that is not very suited to go close range, but then they gave it heal and American guns, which means you are suited to go close, but you don't have the smoke screen. The only thing that I want to know right now, and a good AA, the only thing that I want to know right now is concealment. So the tier 1 cruiser, whatever. Tier 2 destroyer, 100mm guns, firing range 9.1. Torpedo tubes 2x3, 450mm, 5,000 damage. Range 8 kilometers in tier 2. Oh shit. Okay. 55 knots. For tier 2, that's actually pretty fast. Reload time 40 seconds. Okay. Okay. Pretty awesome torpedoes for a tier 2, I gotta say. Maximum speed 32.5 knots. Yada yada. 6.2 kilometers detection. That's without the captain though, but still for tier 2. Damage control party and engine boost. Already tier 2 gets an engine boost, right? Romulus or Ramus, tier 3. 120mm guns, 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, some AA. Firing range 0.5, chance to fire 8%, velocity, reload time 6.5. Okay, torpedo tubes, 1 double and 1 quad. 5,000 damage again, range 8 kilometers, so the same, exactly the same, you just get more of them. Maximum speed 34 knots. 6.9. Always deduct 10% from this because of a captain. Engine boost and damage control. Class Horn, tier 4. Main battery. I mean, this looks like a cruiser to me, not like a DD. That's the funny part. 1 times 2 and 2 times 1. 1 times 2. Where the hell is that 1 times 2? In the rear? Yeah, I guess it's that one. Okay. 9.5. Real time 6.5. 2 times 3. 533. So the torpedoes grow bigger. In tier 4, damage goes from 5.1 to 7.5, 9-kilometer range, 65 knots. So they took my idea for the Italian tier 10 destroyer. I told them people like to hit shit a lot. It's not about how much damage you're gonna do, it's about hitting. The satisfaction is in landing torpedo hits. If you can make a destroyer that's going to be landing consistently torpedo hits, and the only way to do that is to give it fast torpedoes. Although we were talking about slow torpedoes back in the day, but they went full bananas and they gave it like really, really high speed, but also the concealment of torpedoes is pretty high as well, which is concerning. You know, people are going to be satisfied. It's going to be a torpedo boat, but it's not going to be like a Shima because the damage is going to be ridiculously low. So people getting hit by these torpedoes are not going to be raging and suffering so much because they won't be losing so much HP. And it feels to me like they took that idea exactly and buffed it. 37.8 knots, 7.1. Yeah, already tier 4 is like 6.3, 6.4 concealment. With, you know, captain. Alright, European 5 Whizbee. 1 times 1, 2 times 2. So that's like what? 5 guns. Kitty? No. Firing range 9.5. Chance of fire 8. Faster shells. 6.5 reload time is the same. Torpedo tubes, the same. Okay. And you can, remember, you can always buff this 55-second reload by having your captain torpedo armament expertise, I believe, AR, and later higher tiers are gonna get the module as well. A defense, 2 double 40, 8 single 20, 2 single 40 mils and 1 double 40 mil. Okay. And 8 single barrel 20 mils. We got blah blah blah. Damage control party, engine boost, and repair party. Duration 10 seconds. HP per second 1%. Reload time 80. Charges 1 with premium 2 with superintendent 3. 1% per second. So that's what, 96? Is it? 96 HP per second. So you can repair what? 960 HP? You basically repair 10% of your HP with a heal, which is a bit less than 1,000 HP. If you put survivability expert, it's actually going to be higher than 1,000. So you get like 3,500 with heals. That's not much. European destroyer, Vesterus. Maybe 3 times 2. So 2 in the back. They're oriented like German destroyers. Like most of the guns in the back. Not sure why that is. Fast shells, at least initially. This is weird. I expected slow shell velocity gunboats when they said no smokescreen, but it's starting to look. It's a weird combination. I feel like they took traits from other DDs. Like what did we not create so far? How weird, regardless of how weird or bizarre it sounds, what did we not make so far? And then they slapped it all here. That's how this sounds. 2 times 3. Oh, it goes up to 10 kilometers. It's still 65. Same reload. Same concealment. Okay, so the only difference between 6 and a 5 in terms of torpedoes is this thing gets additional kilometer. Same thing with the heel. The tier 7 Skåne gets 2 times 220 millimeters, 10 kilometer firing range, lower fire chance, a bit slower shells, I think a bit more damage on the AP if I'm not mistaken. Oh, actually no, it's even lower than that. Okay. Reload time 3.5 seconds. Yeah, the reload went down for 3 seconds between the lower tiers and this one. Probably even the 6th one as well, right? No, 6.5. Okay, so 6.5 second reload on tier 6, 3.5 second reload time on tier 7. That's considerably better reload. But we're starting to see the Friesland pattern, 2 times 2. Okay. Torpedoes, 2 times 3, 7.5, 12 kilometers, 76 knots, 55. Jesus, 1.6. Oh, God, we're getting Shimas again. But this is this is only 2 times 3. It's only 6 torpedoes that are going to be incredibly fast with really good range for a tier 7. I don't think there's anything else in tier 7 that's got 12 kilometers. Maybe the Japanese premium version. I forgot what is the name. But this is horrible. I hope they one day introduce the skill where you can reduce the visibility of your torpedoes. That would be very useful to take for all the DDs. 3 double 40 mils.
Yo-yo Flambino.
4 double 25 mils and 2 double 120 mils. Hey, Bazinga, thank you for 11 months, man. Welcome back. Maximum speed 35 knots. Yeah, surface way 7.7. Shit, that's 7 kilometers, 6.97 kilometer concealment in a tier 7. Crazy Soviets, thank you for 2. Welcome back. Oh god, okay, so everything stays the same. Tier 8, Uland. By the way, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing these. 14,000 HP. They don't have a lot of HP either. Even with Survivability Expert, they're going to be just another DD. 19 millimeter plating. 2 times 220, 10.1. So the same deal. Same amount of torpedoes. Damage goes up. Damage went up for another 3,000. Same range, same speed. Ah, there it is. Reload finally went from 55 to 70. Well, to me, what's the concealment of this thing? 8. So even that went up. Tier 7 seems a lot better than Tier 8. They're basically identical DDs. Tier 8 gets 1.1k more HP. Worse concealment. Worse torpedo reload. It's like Tier 7 simply seems better. Ah, okay, but a Tier 8 gets a bloody radar. Okay. Okay. 2 single 40 mils, 7 single 25, 3 double 40 mils, 2 double 120 mils. Roger, roger. 35 knots. Holy shit, that's 7.2 concealment. 7.2 concealment. Do Tier 8 DDs... Let me quickly check. I know you can't see. Well, I can switch real quickly. 1 second. Let me switch from to random. If I even have a Tier 8 DD. Yeah, I do. Do Tier 8 destroyers get... Yeah, they do. Okay. Okay. So, Tier 8 is actually going to be better than 7. Just because of that. You can get 10% from Captain to drop it to, well, by 800 meters. So that's 7.2. And then you can drop another, basically, what, 800 meters to 6.4. Because of the actual module. So 6.4 is not bad. I mean, it's not good. in a tier 8 where you have destroyers with 5.4, 5.5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. You're gonna be like one of the worst concealments, surely, but it's not a disaster. 6.4 is workable, especially if you have a radar. So the fact they gave it radar and they gave it much better concealment than tier 7 that and more damage, that actually does make it but a worse reload, slightly more HP. That does make it better HP and better plating. Okay, all right, curious to try. Tier 9, the radar of course is 15-second duration, 7.5 kilometers. So Pan-Asian DD radar, same deal. So the Oostergutland, I probably butchered that. 15.8, 19 mil, 2 times 220. Such a short range caliber. Guns. I've been observing this on pretty much all of them without saying anything, and I keep waiting, when are we gonna get proper range? But the range really seems to be on the short side. Truth be told, if they truly don't have a smokescreen, and they don't, and they do have American shell velocity like guns, fast rotation, fast reload, but slow shell velocity, even though it doesn't seem like it that much here. But yeah, that's only initial. It can drop down. I think the US have like 792, something like that. Then you're not going to want to shoot anything that's very far away. But it's good to have capability of shooting to 11, 12, so you can shoot at targets that are at 9 and 10 consistently. We'll see. 3 seconds. So the reload is going even further down. 1 times 3 and 1 times 5. So at tier 9, we're starting to get this really weird design where you have 5 torpedo tubes and then you have 3 torpedo tubes. My question is, which one of these two fires first? I would love to be able to choose which torpedo tube I'm gonna fire from, because sometimes I'm gonna want to fire 3 just to scare someone and then keep the 5 for the kill. I don't want to fire the 5 to scare him and then only keep 3 for the kill. That might be a bit, awkward. But just like the guns, you can't really control that unless you know exact angles and you position yourself that way. That's always possible. Maximum damage 10.7. They kept it. Range is 15 kilometers, 86 knots. What's the conceal? Oh my god, this is Shimakaze. They're just creating Shimakaze torpedoes that do half the damage, similar range, and equally bad on concealment. The only difference is they're even faster than Shimakazes by like 20 knots faster. Oh my god, so you're definitely going to see these torpedoes coming, but the question is, how much are you going to be able to do to dodge them? 2 things though. 1.8 kilometer is truly a lot. That's like 2 kilometers almost, and I'm sure tier 10 is going to be even crazier. But incredible speed, and they don't hurt much, but you only get 8 of them, and they have a really weird design that we've never seen before. So we'll see. 90-second reload. Reload went from 55 to 70 seconds. At tier 7, I think, was still 55, was it? Yeah, tier 7 is 55-second reload without any buffs. Then tier 8 goes to 70-second reload, and then at tier 9 goes additional 20 seconds to 90-second reload. You can drop that to about 81, I think. Like 81-second reload without AR. And any special modules. So with special modules, which I think tier 9 destroyers do get, I think you're gonna be able to drop it to like 75. That's not bad, but you don't get a lot of torpedoes. 7 40 mils and main battery guns. Okay, Damage control, engine, repair. Oh, repair went up from 10 seconds to 14 seconds. It's still 1% of HP, but it lost 14 seconds. So 158 HP for 14 seconds. So let's say it's 10 seconds. That would be, I guess, this number. 1580 HP. And then you add additional 4 seconds of 158. That is 150. That's another 600 and something HP. So without survivability expert, you can heal about 2.1, 2.2 thousand HP per heal. And you get 1 charge. If you use premium consumables, you get 2. If you use superintendent, you get 3. So yeah, something like daring, which is nothing great, but good to have, of course. Surveillance radar is still 15 seconds, 7.5. I believe same reload. Yeah, okay. And then we go to Holland, the tier 10. I should have probably showed you at least how some of these babies look like. If I'm pronouncing it correctly. 19.2, 19 mil, 2 double 120 mils, 10.4. Wow, Wargaming, you really outdid yourself this time. From 10.2 to 10.4. Oh, ye of little faith, we are saved. We are saved, ladies and gentlemen. Those 200 meters are gonna make all the damn difference. Okay, so 8%. That got up from 7%. Initially, it was 8% at lower tiers. Then they lowered it, and now they rise it up to 8. Shell velocity goes down another 25 meters per second. Reload time goes down as well. 2.5 second reload only. It was 3. It was first 6.5, then it was 3.5, then 3, then 2.5. So these are gonna be spammers just like Friesland. 2 times 5. So now we're finally getting like daring. 2 times 5, 10.7 thousand damage, 15 kilometers, 86 knots. Reload time, reload time went to almost 2 minutes. So we can drop that by what, 20%? Which means, my brain is becoming a mush. We can drop it to like 90-ish seconds, right? If I'm not mistaken, which is okay. It's not terrible. It's not even bad. It's normal. I would say it's pretty normal. 88? Yeah. It's not really good, but it's also not bad either. So it's solid. Solid reload, but that's if you go full torpedo reload. And these are kind of gunboats without smoke screens, so I don't know. I think you're gonna want to go torpedoes. The damage is pretty shit, the range is pretty good, and I wouldn't be... The speed is ridiculous. I wouldn't even be surprised if people take torpedo acceleration, which will drop you from 15 to, I think, 12, which is more than enough. And your speed will be 91 knots. Concealment stays the same of torpedo. It's 1.8 kilometers, which is horrible, but hey. 6 single barrel 40 mils, one double 57 mil, that's a first, and the main batteries. Damage control party, engine boost repair party, which is the same as tier 9, and surveillance radar 15 seconds 7.5. Where's the concealment? Did I miss concealment of this bloody thing? Where is the concealment of this thing? Firing range, maximum change of fire, AP shells degree, maximum dispersion, torpedo tubes. Oh, here it is. Maximum speed 35 knots. Turning circle radius 660, rudder shift 4.3, sort of 8.9. 8.9. Okay, let's round that up to 9 just to make it simpler and then drop it for 1.8. Are you serious? That's like 7.1. If I'm not mistaken, that's like 7.1 concealment. Oh, camo drops at another couple of 100 meters, true. So it's gonna be like 6.8. I think it's like between 6.8 and 7.1. Well, it's not a disaster, but it's relatively bad. Everything can now detect you besides the Shima, pretty much. I mean, you and Kleber are gonna be running kind of similar. The only difference is Kleber's got twice as many guns as you do, and the reload booster, and just as fast and deadly torpedoes, to be honest. But you have less HP. None of you have smokescreen, so disengaging from each other is going to be horrible. You fire a lot faster frequently, so if you can dodge, which you probably can't. Yeah, and Kleber is almost twice as fast. Well, not twice as fast, but like 50% faster. Yeah, when this thing runs into a Kleber, it's going to be very messy for both of them. It's really going to be fucking messy. Because Kleber will dish out a lot more pain really fast. But Holland will keep dishing out pain long after the consumable of Kleber is down. If you're still alive, that is. And they will both be extremely dangerous to each other with torpedoes. The difference is Kleber is a lot faster, so Kleber can outrun Holland. And it can catch Holland, and it has a better chance of dodging torpedoes because it's a lot faster. But you get a heal, I don't know, and you get a radar. But your concealment almost equals your radar range. They might want to change this a tiny bit, honestly. Like, either give it a bit better radar or just lower the concealment, because it's kind of ridiculous to have the concealment so close to your radar range. Like, what's the point? Okay. Yada yada yada. And the last one is Smaland. Smaland, I'm not sure. It's a premium tier 10. They're, I think, identical DDs, to be honest. We're gonna compare them if there's actual differences. But I think one of these, they said, the Smaland here, because it's the premium, is gonna be available through some sort of campaign, scenario, mission, objective, whatever. It's gonna be a special way to obtain it. You're not gonna be able to purchase it, of course. So we'll see. Let's see. Unlike Holland, Smaland has no surveillance radar and has fewer torpedoes, but her detectability is 1 kilometer lower. This is a more classical torpedo-focused destroyer involving the game of stealth. So if it's 1 kilometer lower, now we're talking about a 6 kilometer detection DD, even lower than 6 maybe. But you don't get a radar. 19.2, 19.2, that's the same.
Thanks for the fun and great Steam.
Same guns. Thank you for 2 months, Ardak. Welcome back. So that's the same torpedo tubes, 1x3. Oh, so it's like a tier 9. It's got the setup of a tier 9. 1x3, 1x5. I'm guessing the reload is a bit better. No, reload is actually the same. Oh, that kind of sucks. So they put the tier 9 pattern of torpedoes, but they kept the tier 10 reload. Not really fair, but okay. And at a cost of radar. 640 mils, 157, 2 double. I think that's the same. Yeah, 1 double 57. That's the same. Damage control, engine boost, and repair party, the same. All stats are listed without crew and upgrade modifiers, but with the best available modules. Please note that the information in the development blog is preliminary and subject to change. So European DD, Pan-European DDs. Farhawk, thank you for 2. Welcome back. I'm not entirely sure what to tell you. I am greatly disappointed that they are introducing yet another DD line that's not gonna have smokescreen. You're creating torpedo boats that can't scout, have to stay far away, have low range guns with slow shell velocity guns. So what do you want us to do, Wargaming? You want us to die of boredom? And if it comes to that, they're only armed with a couple of guns which have extremely good fire time, rate of fire. But you have to be like knife fighting enemy DDs, and you will be given radar at higher tiers. You will be given heal. It's so contradictory. Like, these destroyers are so... It's like you stand in front of a mirror and then you're trying to punch the dude that's standing in the mirror in front of you while that's actually you. Let me try to explain what I think by this. They give you really, really fast gun reload. Urban, thank you for 7. They give you fast, really extremely fast gun reload. What does that mean? They want you to use the guns. Okay. But they give me really bad concealment. Okay, so you don't want me to be a DD scout. I'm not a scout. You gave me a poor concealment, which means really poor concealment, which means you want me to stay way the fuck in the back. So I'm a support role, kind of. I can scout, but you want me to use the guns because of the reload. But then you give me extremely short range of those guns. So I can't stay too far in the back, but I can't be too far in the front either. I have to be kind of in the middle. This is going to be a hard destroyer to play, dudes. Because this is going to be designed for people who know their place. And a lot of people don't know their place. So I can't be too far in the back. I can't be too close. I have to be somewhere in the middle. I don't have a hydro. I don't have a smoke screen. So you want me to shoot the guns in the open from a medium range in a tier 10. Great idea. The only thing that kind of makes sense in comparison to this, well, because that's what they want you to do, they at least gave you the heal. You don't have a lot of HP, but it's okay-ish. But we will give you 15-kilometer torpedoes. What the fuck do I need 15-kilometer torpedoes if you're trying to force me to use my guns in a medium to close range? What do I need 15-kilometer torpedoes? I don't get it. And then they give it 86 knots. So there's going to be people running around with 91 knot torpedoes. Like, holy Jesus, what are you trying to create here? And then you give the torpedo reload relatively slow reload. You're going to have to go full torpedo reload captain and ship build to actually make a torpedo boat out of this. But even this torpedo boat doesn't have that many torpedoes, especially the premium version or a tier 9 or any of the others. They only get like 6. Where is it? 8 torpedoes that reload 2 minutes. They're extremely fast and they have extremely long range with extremely garbage concealment. So, let me get this straight. You want me, like, let's do something really simple here. Let's just say that, yeah, this is as easy as I can do it. Let's say that this is 1 cap, 2 caps, 3 caps, okay? This is, wait, I think I can do it. Blue pen. Do I have a green? No, okay, so this is 1 team, and that's the other team.
I've been taking Viagra for my doesn't cure it, but it keeps the sheets off my legs.
I've been taking Viagra for my sunburn. It doesn't cure it, but it keeps the sheets of my... Thank you for 14, Prune. So let's say that you have a friendly destroyer that's going for A cap. All right? Can I do it like this? Same deal. You won't be able to see. Friendly destroyer is going for A cap, or fuck it, will be the red color so you can see better. Friendly destroyer is going there. He's going to be trying to contest in this area, right? You can't be back here because the only range you will have is going to be around to here. You can't be too far back. You're going to have to be like somewhere here. This is the position for you to be able to support your destroyer, which is relatively close. That's like 8-9 kilometers tops, maybe even 7. Yeah, like 8. There is definitely going to be enemy ships in like these areas here, which are going to be like 12 kilometers from you at best. So you have the guns to support this guy, and you have the torpedoes to torpedo these guys. Well, that fucking sucks for this guy, because he's in the way. You're going to want to fire your torpedoes through the dude that you're supposed to support. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's really, really fucking weird how they designed this ship. They're going to force you to go out of your way to like this position to fire torpedoes. But when you come to this position, if you want to support the dude that's here against this guy, you're way too close to the enemy ships and you don't have a smoke screen, so you're going to have to double back, and that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a serious problem for you because these are slow DDs. They don't have particularly much HP, but they have a heal. And you got a radar. So you can't stay too far in the back. You have to stay... It's weird. Just this design that they did is weird. I am not sure how good is it gonna work. These are definitely going to be powerful destroyers because their torpedoes are going to be the fastest torps in the game with really long range, and they're going to have extremely fast rate of fire on their guns. So yes, and radar, and heal. Firepower? Strong. But how are people going to use these DDs is what's concerning me. In a division, these things are going to be dangerous. They don't unfortunately have a hydro like Friesland does, but they got a radar. Extremely fast torpedoes, which we don't know the angles of, I'm afraid. But the angles, I don't think they're going to be too good. And again, if you're creating a torpedo boat that's got a 15-kilometer range, you don't give a shit that it's got bad angles. So I wouldn't be surprised if DDs with really, really bad torpedo angles are going to have... with really long-range torpedoes, I wouldn't be surprised one bit if they have actually really bad torpedo angles. So YOLOing might be a bit of a problem. I don't know. How is the regular player base going to play these successfully? I don't know. We'll see. In a division, in an experienced division, you're going to be probably able to do miracles with it because a lot of rate of fire, a lot of torps, yada yada.
Flambass, are you bullying Fletcher again? Oh no, you found a new target. A Swedish ship. Why do you pick on the only proper ships in the game?
They gave him no smokes, Charlie. They gave him no smoke screens. Short range guns, long range torps, and a heal and a radar. I feel like something that we've been joking around and screwing around with a few years ago, saying that wargaming is going to eventually run out of ideas and start making ships which are going to have the traits that nobody else has. It's not going to make sense, but they're going to be different. This is what this line feels like to me. This is exactly what this line feels to me like. And yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's the pan-European DDs for you. New tier 1 cruiser and 10 new destroyers. 1 premium tier 10, regular tier 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. I don't know. You dudes let me know what you think. I was super excited about them. Then I lost a lot of hope and faith when I realized that they're gonna not have smoke screens. But I am excited to test them out. I don't know when this is gonna happen. It's probably gonna take a couple of months for them to actually get in the game. We'll see.